Hello Flosstube, my name is Amy Michelle. This is my channel Amy M Makes about cross stitch, and I also include knitting and crochet in most of my videos, and today I also have knitting and crochet that I will put at the end like I usually do. So if you want to watch what I am working on for cross stitch, that comes first, and knitting and crochet comes afterwards. I have a new pattern that I'm excited to share with you that I'm going to chat to you about. I have one finished. I didn't get it fully finished, but that's kind of been my vibe lately, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really been in the mood to fully finish a whole lot. I seem to be on the tail end of stitching for holidays and for seasons, and so not all of the projects, but a lot of the ones that I'm getting finished, I'm not fully finishing because I finish it like right at the holiday. And then by the time I have time to fully finish it, the holiday is past, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know. So I'm curious, let me know in the comments below, what do you do? Do you fully, if you find yourself in that scenario, or what would you do? Would you go ahead and fully finish it? Just like I have a Halloween stitch, I have a Thanksgiving stitch, would you go ahead and fully finish them? Or would you wait until the holiday rolls around again and fully finish it in 2025? So I'm curious to know what you would vote, what you would do. And then trying to think, so I'll share the new pattern, a finish, and then I've got a handful of works in progress to share with you in terms of cross stitch. So with that, we'll go ahead and get into cross stitch. Okay, so the only thing that I fully finished was a new pattern. Oh, sorry for the clanking. It's got one of these, what do you call that? Easel? Stand? I don't know. Let me know. What is this part called that you can stand it up on? Anyway, this is the new pattern that I have for you. It is a little snowman sitting in a wreath with a bow. I did the bow, designed the bow first, and the rest kind of came together a piece at a time, I'll say. I think I'm going to call it Winter Wreath. I had a tough time coming up with a name for this pattern. I don't know why. I just wasn't able to think of a cute name. I tried to think of a cute name, and Winter Wreath is where I landed. So anyway, let me grab my notes to give you the information on this. It's available in my Etsy shop. It's available on Gumroad, and I will have a code for you, and I'll put it in the description below. I'm not sure what the code is yet, but I will have a code in the description box below to get this for free for this week. So maybe say by Friday, I'll have the code good until Friday. What is that? Today is the 1st. So we've got December, so is that December 6th? This Friday, I think it's 6th. Yes, December 6th. The code will be good to get this for free on my Gumroad. I don't think I can give a coupon code for free on Etsy. So it will be listed on Etsy. If you want to purchase it, you can on Etsy. But if you want it for free, you can go, I'll put the link for both the Etsy shop and the Gumroad in the description box below, along with that code for Gumroad. And on Gumroad, you can subscribe to get emails from me if you want to. You don't have to, of course. But if you want to, I'll also be emailing out that code today when this video goes up on Monday, December 2nd. I will be sending an email to those of you who have subscribed to my email list. Thank you very much for doing so. I don't send very many. I usually just send it when there's a pattern or a coupon code. So this is stitched on 16 count Natural Light Aida by Witch Hilt. It is about 4 3/4 inches wide by 4 1/2 inches high. I started stitching it on November 13th and I finished it on November 20th, so a pretty quick little stitch. I used DMC 221, 223, 224, DMC 580, 647, 935, 3031, and Blanc. So those are the colors that I used. It's a brown, light, medium, and dark pink, and a white. The brown is for his little buttons and eyes. Oh, and there's a gray. Kind of a gray in there for some shading for the little snowman. So that is Winter Wreath. I purchased this frame on Amazon. I'll have it linked below. It's just an 8x8 frame. It was 10 bucks, which is a little much for me, but I plan on using it like I do to swap out and put other stitches in here as well. I got this frame on sale at Joann's. They were having a sale on their Christmas and like holiday fabrics. And so I think I paid about $2.50 for a half a yard. And then the ribbon I had, I'm trying to remember, probably Joann. I think Joann. And I just glue gunned everything together. The trim, which I think is really cute, it's got these little sparkles in it, is from Purple Paper Mountain. I'll link their Etsy shop down below as well. So that is Winter Wreath, my only fully finished item. And then I will put my finish and my works in progress in the next section. Okay, so the only other thing that I got finished was the Free Stitch Friday from Primrose Cottage Stitches Give Thanks, which I got finished, but I did not fully finish it. Clearly. That's obvious, right? But I had a good time stitching this one. I've been enjoying stitching, like doing the actual stitching right around the holiday, but it does pose a conundrum for me for fully finishing it because I don't really, yeah, like I said in the intro, and I'm just not in the mood to fully finish it. Let me give you the information for this pattern. I stitch it on 14 count vintage smoky white Aida. The DMCs I used were 434, 729, 738, 938, 3011, and 3371. They're in the description box of the last Flosstube, which I think was Flosstube 10, maybe. I started stitching this one November 13th and finished it November 25th. So I didn't work on it as often, but I had a good time stitching on it when I did. So that is my finish. And then works in progress. I'm grabbing my stuff. I worked on Stony Creek's Tart Tin Snowflake Ornaments. I had 2 done last Flosstube, so 2 weeks ago, and I worked on 2 more. And there are 6 together, so I have 4 of the 6 done. And I don't remember which 2 I had done and which 2 I stitched. I probably should have taken a note, but that's okay. So here's 2 of the snowflakes. And then let me grab the other 2. I used Classic Colorworks Snowball for these. And I should have just used DMC because you can't really tell a difference. I know it would have been cheaper, but that's okay. And then I am, what are they gonna say? Oh, doing 3 strands over 1. Let me get the fabric. It is on 14 count Driftwood Yorkshire Aida fabric. And I'm using Mill Hill pewter beads. Again, thank you. I can't remember. I'm so sorry who recommended the pewter over the white beads, but I'm really happy with that. So thank you so much for leaving that comment to use the pewter beads. Yeah, so that is the Tart Tin snowflake ornaments. I ordered and got in the mail the little tart tins to finish them off in from Fat Quarter Shop. They were, I want to say like $15 for 6 of them, so that's okay. And then I also got the sticky circles to make it easier to fully finish them. So that will, it's gonna have to be soon because they're Christmas gifts. So gotta get into gear. And then I worked on, what is it called? Polar Bear Wishes by Century Farm Stitching. It was in the Just Cross Stitch Christmas, and it's this one right here. And thank you so much to all of you who voted about if I should keep the scarf red or change it to pink. I went ahead and changed it to pink. Well, I mean, I've barely started, but it's pink. It's gonna be pink. That's my progress. It's a lot of white stitching. I knew that it would be, and yet when I started actually stitching, I was like, this is a lot of white. So it's DMC Blanc, and then I'm gonna use a couple different pinks. I forget which one this one is. A dark pink and a light pink to kind of stripe, give his little scarf stripes. And I am stitching this on toast. I had some left over from Berry Christmas that I stitched, which is still free. If you want to get another free Christmassy pattern, Berry Christmas is, I'll put a picture of Berry Christmas here. That's free on Gumroad. So if you want another free Christmassy pattern, but I had a little leftover scrap to stitch this on, and it's been fun. It's been fun. It's a good fill-in block stitching. And then the other 2 works in progress I have are future designs. They're designs that I'm currently working on, and I kind of debated, do I want to share them? Do I want to wait? And I thought, you know, I'm just going to share them because why not? So this one is going to be a little Western welcome. I haven't stitched the E. I'm kind of jumping around a bit. There's my little fox needle minder. There's going to be a cactus here. This is going to be a flag. And then I've got some little flowers that I'm going to add in there. This one is going to have a decent amount of back stitching for a little like the needles on the cactus, the cacti, and the stems of little flowers throughout. So it's been really fun to design and to work on this one. I've been doing a lot of, you know, seasonal things, and so this has been really fun to just be like, I have no idea, this is not a seasonal piece, but we're from the high desert in California, and so it's kind of a fun nostalgic vibe for me. And then the other one is kind of like a Valentine's, it could be a cute Valentine's piece. This one should be ready by the next Flosstube maybe, or maybe early January, and it'll say Better Together. And then I've got another rose to stitch here, and then the E and the R of better. And that one I'm been really tricky to design. I don't know why. This one was had many iterations, and even stitching it now, I'm fixing quite a few little things that I've noticed I don't really like, or that I didn't like about the pattern, and so I'm tweaking it as I stitch it. So that one has been another fun work in progress. I'll have more details on these 2 as they come available, and if you want to know as soon as they're ready to be done, again, you can subscribe to my email list if you want to on Gumroad. Again, you don't have to, but if you like them and you want to know when they come out, I'm thinking, I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking I will most of the time hesitant to say always, but I'm thinking I may make each of my patterns free for like a certain amount of time, because we're all on budgets, right? Well, maybe not all of us, but I'm certainly on a budget, and I think there's been a handful of you lovely folks that have commented that you are also on a budget, and money is tight in our economy, in our world, and I just think it would be lovely to be able to share some patterns with you guys for free, to help, I don't know, to give you something fun to stitch on, and make it available that way. So I don't know, it's something I'm toying with. Let me know what you think. I mean, if that's something that you think you would like, let me know. And I think that is it in terms of cross stitching. A little bit shorter today probably of a video, but that's okay. And we will next move. That's some weird grammar. Next we will move into knitting and crochet. So if that's not your thing, no worries. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. If you do want to see what I've been knitting and crocheting, stick around and I will show that next. I'll start with the progress that I've made on my crochet granny square blanket, and I will put a picture up here of the squares that I have completed, kind of laid out, and then the pink yarn next to it, like the skein of yarn, is what I will be using to join the squares and to do the border. I think to do the border, definitely to join the squares and probably the border. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to add like another color around the edges or not, but I got 6 squares done this last 2 weeks. Here's one of my, they're not super even. I'm not the best crocheter. Plus I don't, it's kind of hard to show a crochet square that hasn't been blocked or anything. I'm curious to know, for my friends who crochet that watch, do you block your squares or not? I'm not a blocker. I'm not a blocker. I am for all my knitted garments, anything that I would wear, but if it's for a blanket, I just don't, I don't know, I don't block it. I will wash it, you know, and kind of like lay it out, but I won't actually like block each square. So do you do that? Do you block your squares? If so, what, I don't know. I'm curious. Let me know. Do you block or do you not block? I'm just curious to see what you all do. So yeah, I got 6 of those done. And that is a pattern by Knitty Natty. It's linked on my Ravelry. I'm on Ravelry as amymmakes. And so I have a project there on my project page for if you want to find the pattern. It's all on Ravelry. And then I finished the socks I showed last Flosstube. So I needed a new pair of socks because I really like having a pair of socks on the go. Like on the go. Yeah, on the go, to be able to pick up and take with me. And this pattern I think is pronounced Heron Socken. I will put it here. And it is by Daniela Mulbauer. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It's a lovely pattern. I am really enjoying it. I've tried a pair of colorwork socks before, and they did not go well. And so I'm thrilled that these seem to be going quite well. I'm really enjoying this pattern. For one, I changed, so I usually knit socks on a US 2, and then I think the last time I tried a pair of colorwork socks, I went up 1 needle size, and I don't think that was enough for me for doing colorwork. I've done a few cowls, and those instructions for that pattern, I did like 3 of the same pattern, and I will put a picture here of one of the cowls. trying to think what, those instructions said to go up 2 needle sizes. So that's what I did for this sock, and it's working. So yay. That's exciting. But I have this much done. I started these a couple of days ago, and it's going very quickly, which is fun. I started this. Nitty Natty is the same person who did the Granny Square pattern, does Sockmas, where you cast on a pair of socks the day after Thanksgiving. And I think this year, try to get them finished by December 20th, I think, which would be great. I'd love to get these done and be able to gift them. It's for my husband. He's getting all the socks to gift them to him for Christmas. He knows they're coming. I can't not knit without him knowing, because my knitting time he's around. But anyway, he picked out the yarn actually, and it is let me get the yarn information. The like off-white, the beige, the kind of cream color is Cascade Heritage. I think just Cascade Heritage sock. I don't think it's the silk. I don't know. I had one silk and one Heritage sock, and so I've lost track which this one is, but it's either Heritage sock or Heritage silk. And then I tried I've never used Hobbii, Hobbii yarn before, but I'm enjoying it. The green one is Unicorn Solid, 75% merino wool, 25% polyamide. Is that how you say that? Polyamide? I think that's how you say that. And the color is 25. It's just the number, color 25. It's a nice green. So I'm really enjoying knitting those socks. And then my other project you've seen before as well is the first sweater. And this is how it's looking. So I put in, sorry, these are for my arm, to hold my stitches for my armholes. This stitch marker is cute little, oh, can I do it? I don't know if I can do it. It's a little nest. I got it years ago with little eggs in it. It's super cute. The stitch marker is where I was the last time you saw this project. So not a ton, but a good few inches. The body takes a long time because I'm not itty bitty at all by any stretch of the imagination, and that's totally fine. But it's a lot of stitches to go around and round. It's good book knitting or TV watching, football game knitting, or when I'm tired and I can't really think clearly. I like having the colorwork socks to get my brain engaged, and I like having a no thinking project as well. So I've got both spots. So that is the first sweater, and it is I'll put the pattern here so you can see it. It is by Hive Knits. Again, I think this is on my Ravelry. I'll try to remember to make sure it's on my Ravelry. But anyway, it's Hive Knits, the first sweater pattern. And I am knitting it on a US 3 and US 6 needles. So like the ribbing or the collar was the US 3. I think it recommended even smaller than that, and that just hurt my hands and it didn't feel as nice, and I don't think it looked as nice with the yarn that I'm using. Which, let me grab the yarn that I'm using. It's a Knit Picks, sorry, I have a zipper. Knit Picks, what is it? Heatherly Sport Weight in the color Agave. So that is the yarn that I'm using. And enjoying it. I've never used this yarn. I mean, I've used lots of Knit Picks yarn, but I've never used Heatherly before, and I like it. I like it. So that is all of my cross stitch and knitting and crochet. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time with me so very much. I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Ours was was fine. Thanksgiving is not my favorite holiday, if I'm honest. I have not so good memories of a number of Thanksgivings growing up. And so it's okay. It's okay. There were a number of years that I was kind of dreading Thanksgiving, and so I'm really thankful now to be in a place and with family and with a group of people that I love and enjoy spending time with. But yeah, those memories sometimes they're tricky to navigate, I suppose you could say. But yeah, so Thanksgiving was okay. I definitely am happy to be moving into December and into the Christmas season. I got a couple of Advents for my family on Black Friday sales, so they were very, very cheap. Usually we don't do like the Advents that you open each day, you know, we'll read a different Christmas book each day. But this year I kind of treated us to a surprise Advent as a family, so that's really fun. We started doing that as December started, and I'm looking forward to having something like that to look forward to each day, and of course looking forward to Christmas. But yeah, I think that's it. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm thrilled to interact with you in the comments to get to know you a little bit more. Let me know what you're working on, and let me think. Do you block your, if you're a crocheter, do you block your squares for a blanket or do you not? And what was the other? Oh, would you wait to fully finish items that the holidays passed until 2025 and kind of have them to look forward to? I have no problem at all leaving them in, you know, in a little stash of finishes until then. But I also am curious to know, would you just fully finish them and then do you store them? And then anything else that you would want to know or have questions about, I'm just thrilled to get to know each of you and to respond to comments and to interact there. So I hope you have a wonderful couple of weeks. I will see you again in the next one. Thank you again and take care.